Hi, it's your coach Joe Lukes. Welcome to your Practice Power Daily Power Minute. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to October 10th. Hey, all of us have prospects that we've done proposals for, put out a plan, and we want to help them. In other words, we want them to say yes to us, right? And kind of come on board. And unfortunately, sometimes they just I got to think about it, or I'm not sure I want to make changes. Now, what causes these things? A couple different things. Number one, either A, you did not do a good job at uncovering their pain, their wounds, what is their current situation, what level of discomfort that's causing them. That's number one. Number two, you might be asking for a bigger decision. I know, look, and I understand, there's a lot of thought in this industry about, hey, I need to get it all, or I don't want anything. And if that's the way you roll, hey, that's the way you roll. I'm not going to sit there and try to change your mind, but I do want to give you an alternative. In human decision making, in the syntax, right? The bigger the decision perceived, the harder it is to make. So if somebody's got, let's say, $2 million, and you're proposing all $2 million, and let's say it's at another advisor, let's say it's a competitive situation, right? We're trying to, in essence, move them from advisor A to yourself. And we're proposing, hey, bring us all the money, we'll handle it, all that jazz. Remember a couple things. Number one, you're asking that prospect to fire their current advisor. Human beings hate firing other human beings, and that's the way emotionally we operate. Number two, what if I make a mistake? Because they already made a mistake with their current advisor, right? They're not happy. That's why they're talking to you. How do they know history is not going to repeat itself? So, in a lot of times, we do a great job, and we overcome these, and we get the whole deal, and that's cool. But if you don't get it, and they're sitting on it, right? And it's maybe weeks and weeks, maybe now months and months. I would recommend, it's a strong strategy, go back to them and say, look, I've been thinking about it, and I realize you're having a tough time making this decision. I want to offer you an alternative proposal. And what you do is maybe go for half or 2/3 or a third, whatever you think is reasonable here. The rule is to make them a client. Once they're a client, you're in a position of influence with them, and we need to remember that. It's different, following up on a prospect versus a touch base call with a client feels differently. And what we want to do is we kind of have them choking on that big decision for a bit. Now we want to kind of dial it back and kind of release some of that pressure and say, well, how about this? How about the alternative? And a lot of times they'll say, hey, you know what, that does sound good. And you know why? It's in their comfort zone to make that decision. So keep that in mind and take a look at your prospect list and say, well, who can I go ahead and maybe give them an alternative, or in essence reframe them? Okay, think about that. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.